Hey guys, my name is Abby. Today I thought it'd be fun to give you a quick tour of my dragon diorama, which I made earlier this year. This is one of the first dioramas I ever made, and I am so excited to show you my process. Like most of my creations, the diorama is housed in a jar I found at a local thrift store. As a broke college student, I find that's the easiest and cheapest way to get jars, and it gives me an excuse to go looking for ceramic seals and angry birds. This type of jar is not usually one I go for because it's round at the top and square on the bottom, which makes it hard to get a base inside, but thankfully it worked out for this diorama. I used tinfoil as a skeleton for the hill because clay is way too expensive and I wanted to use as little as possible. Also, since I don't have access to an oven during the school year, wrapping the tinfoil in just a thin layer of clay lets me cure it with my heat gun, which might not be advised, but it works for me. I used a green clay because I thought that would save on painting time, but I ended up hating the color and covered up most of it. I also added some foresty bushy areas with the darker green clay, which I used my X-Acto knife to roughen up. So y'all can enjoy this clip of me demonstrating how to do that. Originally, I wanted to have a castle sitting on top of this hill, but I couldn't figure out how to make it work without it just crumbling apart. So I decided to lean into it and make a bunch of ruins instead. Of course, the next logical step was to add a bright red dragon soaring overhead. I made the dragon out of cardboard and hot glue, then covered the whole thing in acrylic paint. I knew I wanted the dragon to be flying, so I tested out a couple things and eventually landed on attaching the dragon to floss glued to the lid of the jar. I secured the hill in place at the bottom by surrounding it with more of that green clay and blending it all together. After curing it, I dirtied up the landscape with watered down acrylic paint in various shades of green and brown. I thought the sides looked weird with that green clay peeking through, so I finished it up by painting the bottom edges of the jar black. And that's it. I really enjoyed making this piece, and I'm so happy with how it turned out. I absolutely love fantasy scenes like these, but I haven't had the inspiration yet for any other ones, so let me know what you guys think I should make next. You can find this diorama and others on my Etsy page. Feel free to stop by and see what all I'm up to. Thank you, and God bless.